In this tutorial, we are going to see how to integrate Playwright with Azure DevOps pipeline. And firstly, we will see how to create the repository in Azure DevOps, and we will see how to install Azure Repos extension in VS Code. And then we will push the Playwright test automation framework into the Azure DevOps, and then we will start creating the Azure DevOps pipeline, and we will see how to run the Azure DevOps pipeline. And also we'll see how to auto run the pipeline based on the PR merge. And then, so we are going to see how to add the Playwright report into the Azure DevOps pipeline results. And finally, we will see how to publish the JUnit format test results into the Azure DevOps pipeline. Now let's start creating the repository in Azure DevOps. So here you can go to the ADO, that is Azure DevOps. And if you do not have any projects, you can start creating the project. You can click on the new project. So here you can provide the project name as any name. So it can be pipeline demo. So you can give any custom name, guys. So it is not something you can give the any specific name here. And here you can select the private and click on create. So that's it. So we have created a project now. So let's create a repository now. So simply you can on the left side, you can see multiple options. So you need to click on the repos. And after clicking on the repos, so simply you need to click on the this particular drop down. And here you will see the one option called new repository. So here you can provide the repository name. So in my case, I will provide a repository name as Playwright test automation. And then I will click on the create button. So that's it. We have created the new repository called Playwright test automation. And simply you can click on the clone to get the URL. Simply copy this. That's it, guys. So we are done with creating the repository in the Azure DevOps. Now, so I will clone this particular repository in my local system, and then I will add the Playwright automation framework into the repository, and I will push into the Azure DevOps repository. So I will go to the my local VS Code. So firstly, we will see how to install the Azure Repos extension. Then we'll see how to push the Playwright test automation framework into the Azure DevOps. So let's see how to install the Azure Repos. So simply you can click on the extensions, and here simply type Azure Repos. So that's it. So here you will see the one extension called Azure Repos that is provided by the Microsoft. So here you will find the install button. In my case, I have already installed it. And if you see the other extension, so you will see the install button like this if you have not installed it. So in my case, I have already installed the Azure Repos. So that's it, guys. So we are done with installing the Azure Repos. Now we have created a Azure DevOps repository, and we have to clone it in our local system. So simply you can click on the clone git repository and simply paste the URL which we have copied it from the Azure DevOps. So after clicking on clone, so here we are getting the one URL. Simply copy this URL and paste it inside the VS Code. So that's it, guys. So simply press the enter, and it will ask the location where you want to clone the repository. So in my case, I'm selecting the location where I want to clone the Azure DevOps repository. So here I have selected a folder called Azure Pipeline. That's it. So it started cloning the repository. So if you see here, so it has given one pop-up. Simply you can click on the open. That's it. And if I go to this particular location, so here I have already opened the location. So if you see here, So this is where exactly we have cloned the Azure DevOps repository. And if I open the Playwright test automation folder, and inside that we are having only README file, right? So let's add all our Playwright test automation framework folders inside this particular folder. So here I have already created a framework. So simply I will go to that particular folder and I'll copy all the files and I'll come back to the folder where we have cloned Azure DevOps repository and I'll paste it here. So that's it. So now I will go back to the VS Code, and if you see here, you can see all the changes, whatever the files we have added. So it is showing all the changes over here. That's it. Now we can click on the source control, and after that simply add the commit message here. So here I'll say initial commit. That's it. And here I will select the commit and push, and here I'll say yes. So it started pushing all the folders and files into the Azure DevOps repository. So we got the some pop-up here. Simply I will ask me later. So that's it, guys. Now I will go back to the Azure DevOps repository. Simply I will refresh the page. So if you see here, whatever the Playwright test automation framework folders we have added in the local system, we are able to push into the Azure DevOps repository. So this is how we can create the repository in the Azure DevOps. So far you have seen how to create repository in Azure DevOps, and also we have seen how to push Playwright test automation framework into the Azure DevOps repository. Now let's see how to create Azure DevOps pipeline, and also we will see how to run the Azure DevOps pipeline. So here I will navigate to the ADO. On the left side, you will be finding one section called pipelines. Simply click on pipelines. And here you can click on create pipeline. And here you need to choose the very first option. So Azure Repos Git. And after that, here you need to choose the repository. So this particular repository just now we have created. So simply you need to choose that repository. And here you need to scroll down. So here we can create the fresh yaml file, or we can use the already created yaml file. So in our case, we will create the new yaml file. So far we have not added the yaml file to our repository. So simply I will click on the starter pipeline. So it gives us some sample yaml file. So I don't want all this yaml content. Simply I will delete this. So here you can go to the google.com and search for Buckupy and GitHub. And you can go to the very first link, test.talk Buckupy. And in this GitHub page, you can go to the repositories. And here search for the Playwright Azure DevOps. And here you will find the one repository called Playwright Azure DevOps pipeline. So simply click on that repo. So if you scroll down, you will find the YAML content here. So all the steps are listed here, guys. No need to worry about the steps. So we have clicked on the starter pipeline, and simply we have to copy this particular YAML content. So let's copy the YAML content and paste it here. So that's it. So here in the line number 2, simply I will pass the value as none. So now I don't want to trigger this pipeline automatically. So that's the reason I'm passing the value as none. That's it, guys. So simply I will click on save and run. And here you can add the commit message. And here you can click on the save and run. That's it. And here you can click on the job. So it lists down all the tasks. So let me give you a bit of overview what exactly we are running in this particular test, means in this execution. So we have total 6 automation tests. Out of them, 2 are UI tests and 4 are API tests. And out of 6 automation tests, 2 will be getting failed. So that you will be observing after running the Playwright automation test. So basically our build will be failed. So that is the expected failure. So you might be observing in couple of seconds. So currently it is trying to install the browsers. If you see on the right side, it is trying to install the Chromium browser, Firefox browser, and also it is trying to install WebKit browser as well. And right now it is running all our Playwright test. And if you see on the right side, so these are the API automation test. So it will take a couple of seconds to finish the execution. So that's it, guys. As I said, so our build will be failing. And if you see here, if I click on run Playwright tests, so if I scroll down here, so here you can see that we have 2 failed tests and 4 passed tests. And under the failed test, Google test 2 is getting failed and API test 4 is getting failed. So what I will do this time, simply I will go to the repository and simply I will comment those 2 automation tests. So here I'll say comment for the Google test 2. That's it. And now we have to comment out the API test 4. So that's it. So simply I will commit the changes. That's it. Now I will go back to the again pipelines and I will select the pipeline and simply I will click on the run pipeline. So make sure you are selecting the appropriate branch here. So click on run. So it will start executing all the Playwright test. So right now it has installed the Node.js and it is checking the npm and it is installing all the browsers right now. So it will take basically a few seconds to install all the browsers. So if you see on the right side, you will be seeing all the logs, what is happening in the VM. So once the browser installation is done, so it will try to execute the Playwright tests and after that, it will finish the build execution. So right now it is installing the Chromium driver and then Firefox, then WebKit browser. So it is done with installing all the required browsers. Right now it is running all the Playwright automation test. So this time our build will be successful because we have commented out the failing tests. So it will take few more seconds and it will finish the execution. And if you see here, so we are done with executing all the tests. And if I scroll down, so all the 4 tests are getting passed. And also here you can see that our build is successful. If I go back to the pipeline and here also you can see that our build is successful. So this is how you can create the pipeline and this is how you can run the pipeline as well. Now I will discuss how to auto trigger the pipeline based on the PR merge. So here I will go to the ADO and I will click on the edit button of the pipeline. And here I have just now updated the master. So previously it was a none. So here simply you need to pass the branch name. If it is a main branch, simply add the main branch. And if you do not want to trigger this particular build automatically, simply you can pass the none here. Or if you want to execute this particular pipeline whenever any PR got merged. So in that case, simply you can pass the branch name. So in our case, we want to run the master branch whenever there is a some PR got merged into the master repository. So after adding this trigger and followed by the branch name, simply click on the, so if say for example, if I add none, so I will get the save. So I will save it. So once again, I will update the branch name as master and I'll save it this time. That's it. And I will go back to the pipeline. And if you see here, I have not triggered for the execution. Automatically, build execution has started. If I go to the job, so it has started installing all the browsers. And then next, it will run the all the Playwright automation test. And then it will finish the execution. So it will take few more seconds to install the all the respective settings and also to install the all the browsers into the particular virtual machine. So now it has started installing the Chromium browser, Firefox and WebKit browser as well. And now it is running the all the Playwright automation test. On the right side, you can see the, so here just we are printing the API response body from the application server. So it will take few more seconds because it has the UI automation test as well. So that's it. So out of 5 tests, 1 is getting failed. So this is the expected failure and 4 are getting passed. Say for example, if I made any changes in this repository. So here I will go to the tests. So simply I'll click on edit and I will comment out the one test called Google test 2. That's it. So simply I will commit this particular file. So now I will go back to the pipelines. So now we have made a changes. And if you see here, so automatically build got triggered for the execution. And if you see here, so it has executed the couple of tasks already. And right now it is setting up the environment. It is trying to install all the browsers right now. So this is how you can set the auto trigger when any PRs are merged into the repository. And right now it is installing the Chromium browser and it has to install the respective browsers, whatever it is required for the Playwright automation test. And right now it is running the Playwright automation test. So it will take a couple more seconds and then it will finish the execution. So this time our build will be successful because all the 4 tests will get passed. And if I click on the run Playwright test task, and if I scroll down, here we can see that all the 4 automation tests are getting passed. And if I go back in this pipeline, so here also we can see that our build is successful. So far you have seen how to create repository in Azure DevOps, and also we have seen how to create and run the Azure DevOps pipeline. In this session, we are going to see how to add Playwright report into the Azure DevOps pipeline by using the publish pipeline artifacts task. So if you go to the VS Code, after the execution is completed of the test cases, so here it will generate the one folder called playwright-report, which contains the execution details. So we will see how to upload this particular folder into the Azure DevOps pipeline. So here I will go to the ADO and I will edit the pipeline. So here I'm going to add one simple task called So on the right side, simply search for the publish pipeline artifacts. Simply click on the task name, and here we have to provide the file or directory path. So in our case, so I will provide the file name, that is playwright-report. So simply I will add the playwright-report here, and then we have to provide the artifact name. So this name can be any name. So in my case, I will provide the same name, that is the playwright-report. So you can give just test report or test results also. So this is a custom name you can provide here. That's it. And you need to make sure that you are choosing the Azure pipelines here for the artifact publish location. So that means here we are saying we want to upload this particular artifact in the pipeline results only, and simply click on the add button. That's it. And if you see here on the left side, so there is a one task is inserted here based on the configuration what we have added just now. And once the task is inserted here, so here we have to write one condition at the end of the task condition, and simply here we have to add the value as succeeded or failed. That's it. So after adding this particular condition, so what we are saying is irrespective of the build result, we want to run this particular task. That's what we are saying here in this condition. So otherwise what will happen, right? So it might skip this particular task while executing it. And once we have added this particular task, simply save the pipeline and run the pipeline. So just let me check what is the issue here. So just let me check the value, whatever the value we are adding in the condition, whether it is correct or not. So we have to pass this particular value there. So let me just cross check it once again. So let me paste the value here, succeeded or failed. That's it. So let me save the pipeline. So this time we are able to save the pipeline, and let's run the pipeline now. So it looks like there was some issue while typing the condition value. So if you see here, so it started executing all the tasks inside this particular build. Right now it is trying to set up the virtual machine for executing the Playwright tests. So basically it is preparing all the environment, and then it will start installing all the browsers. If you look at here, so it started installing the Chromium, Firefox browser, WebKit browser, and right now it is running the Playwright tests. So it will take a couple more seconds, and then it will completes the test execution. So our build got failed. So let's look at the result. So this is the expected failure. So out of 5 tests, 1 is getting failed. So intentionally we have failed this particular test. So that's it, guys. So our build is finished. I will go back to the job once again. So we have to refresh this particular build. And if you see here in the related section, so there is a one published item. Simply click on this particular link. And if you see here, so we are able to publish the artifact in the Azure DevOps pipeline. So if you see here, so we are able to upload the index.html report. So simply you can click on the 3 dots, and here you can select the option as download artifacts. So here we have to select the location where we want to save the report. So in my case, I'm selecting the Azure pipeline as a folder. Here I want to save the Playwright report. That's it. So simply I will go to the location, Azure pipeline folder. And if you see here, so we are able to download the Playwright report from the Azure DevOps pipeline. Simply I will extract this particular file. So we should be able to see the complete Playwright test execution report here. So I will open the index.html report here. And if you see here, so we had total test is 5, and out of them 4 are passing and 1 is getting failed. And if I click on any of the test, so here it is showing all the steps of the test case, and here it is showing the screenshot, and here we are adding the traces. So in our case, we have not enabled the recording of the video for the test execution. So that's the reason we are not seeing the video section here. So this is how we can publish the pipeline artifacts in the Azure DevOps pipeline. In the previous tutorial, we have seen how to publish pipeline artifacts. That means we have seen how to add the Playwright report into the Azure DevOps pipeline. In this tutorial, we are going to see how to publish test results into the Azure DevOps pipeline. So firstly, we have to make sure that we are generating the JUnit format test results. So if I go to the Playwright configuration file, so here I have added the one statement called JUnit, and also I have provided the output file location where I want to generate the .xml file after completing the test execution, right? So once you are added this particular statement for the reporter, so we can publish the JUnit format test results into the Azure DevOps pipeline. So here I will go to the pipeline edit section, and here I'm adding one task called test results. So select the task, and here we have to select the test result format. So here in our case, we are generating the JUnit format test results after the Playwright test execution. So that's the reason we have to select the JUnit, and here we have to provide the file name. So if you look at this configuration file, so we are generating the .xml file under the test-results folder. So if you look at the name of the file, so it is starting with E2E. So simply we have to provide this starting name of the .xml file. So here I will simply provide the E2E here, test results name, test results files. And after that, simply I will click on the add. That's it. So after adding this particular task, so I'm adding one more condition here. So that is the condition colon succeeded or failed. So why I'm adding this particular statement is, so whenever build is getting executed, sometimes, so this particular task might get skipped. So that's the reason I'm adding this particular statement. Irrespective of the build status, simply execute this particular task. That's what I'm saying in this line number 30. That's it. Once we have added this particular task and this condition statement, simply save the pipeline and run the pipeline. So make sure that you are selecting the appropriate branch. So it will start executing all the tasks one by one. So right now we are preparing the VM, and later we will install all the browsers here in this install Playwright browsers task. Once the installation of the browsers is completed, so we are going to run the Playwright tests. It will take few more seconds to complete the installation of the browsers. Still it is preparing the VM, and now it is installing the Chromium browser, and it started installing the Firefox browser as well, and right now it is installing the WebKit browser also, and then it has started running the Playwright tests. So it will take few more seconds and it will complete the test execution. Then it will add the artifact. Then finally it will publish the test results. So our build is, it might get failed because there is a failure in our test execution. So already we have published the artifacts and also we have published the test results. There are no failures here. Our build is failed. So that is the expected failure because we have failure in the test execution. So here I will go back to the job and simply we have to refresh the page. And if you see here, one more tab added here called tests. Simply click on this tab. And if you see here, so we had total 5 tests and out of them 4 are passing, 1 is failed. And also here you can see the what is the percentage of passing. So this is the pass percentage, 80% are passing. So this is the total execution time, that is the run duration. So it took total 25 seconds and 320 milliseconds. And also you can view all the automation test and respective details also. So simply click on this filter. So here basically we have to select the checkboxes based on the status. And if you see here, all the automation tests are listed based on the spec file here. So if I click on any of the test, so here it will displace all the work items, if anything. And also if we have added any attachments, it can be screenshot, trace information, or it can be even video. So all the attachments will be appeared in this attachments section. So this is how you can publish the test results in the Azure DevOps pipeline. In this tutorial, we are going to see how to create Azure DevOps pipeline without using .yaml file. So here I will navigate to the ADO. So let's create a quickly one pipeline without using .yaml file. So you need to click on the pipelines. Then we can click on the new pipeline. And here you need to click on the use the classic editor link. And here you need to make sure that you are selecting the appropriate project and repository and branch. Then we have to click on the continue button. And here we have to click on the empty job. And here we have to add the 3 tasks. So let's add the very first task. So you need to click on this plus icon to add the tasks. So firstly, we will install the Node.js. So Playwright supports for the Node.js version 16 or above 16 version. So here I'll say Node.js. So simply you can type just Node, and here you can select the Node.js tool installer. So click on add button. So here we have added the Node.js. Select that particular task, and here we have to specify the Node.js version. So as I said, we have to install Node.js 16 version or above 16 version. So here I will add the 16 version. That is enough. And now let's add the second task, that is command line task. So simply click on the plus icon here, type for command. So if you type command, so here, so we will get the command line task. Simply click on add. So we have to install the npm, and also we have to install the Playwright browsers by using the command line script. So here firstly I will give the display name as installations, and here we have to write the command to install the npm. So I will write the command called npm install, and I want to install the Playwright browsers. So here I will write npx followed by Playwright and followed by install. So this particular command will install the Playwright browsers. So after adding the Node.js task and command line tasks, which contains the commands, that is nothing but, so we are going to perform the precondition actions within the command line script. Now, so we have to invoke the particular command which we have added in the our repository. So here I will go to the repository. So here I'll say leave. And if I go to the my repository, and here I will open the package.json file. And if you look at the line number 6, 7, and 8. So here I have written a simple command. By using this command, I'm running my Playwright test. So here we have to invoke this particular command by using the key as test. So let's add the one task called npm. So by using that npm, so we will invoke this particular command. So here I will go to the again pipeline, and I will click on the plus icon to add the another task. So simply you can type the npm here, and here we will get the npm task. So let's add the npm task here. So here we have to add the display name. So here I'll say run tests, and for command we have to select the custom, and also we have to provide the where exactly we have the package.json file. So simply you need to click on this particular icon, and simply we have to say the link, and also here also you can simply click on the link. That's it. Now, so we want to invoke this particular command by using this particular key. So we have the key name as test, and to invoke that particular command, so we have to use the command called run followed by the key name. So simply I'm adding the test here. That's it. So after adding the Node.js task, command line script task that will execute the precondition, and we have to add the npm task. So I will go to this particular command line task, and I will add the current working directory here. So for this working directory, simply click on this particular icon and simply link the current working directory here. That's it, guys. So we are done with creating the pipeline now. So let's save the pipeline. So here I will choose the save and queue. So here I'll say simply test as a command, and I'll choose the agent as well. That's it. And make sure that you are selecting the appropriate branch here. And I will click on the save and run. So I will open the job here. So firstly, it is running the initialize job. Then it is checking the environment, and we have installed the Node.js. And right now we are installing the npm, and also we are trying to install the Playwright browsers. So it will take few seconds to install the npm also. So we need to install the Playwright browsers here. So right now it is adding all the browsers. So currently it is adding Chromium, Firefox, and WebKit browser also. After adding the browsers, so it should run our automation test. So right now it is running the Playwright test. So it contains one UI test and one API test. Total test count is 2. So it will take few seconds because one UI test it will take around 20 to 25 seconds. And second test, that is the API test, that will take around 5 seconds or maybe less than the 5 seconds also. And that's it, guys. So we are done with executing the Playwright test. And if you look at here, so total test is 2. Those are getting passed, right? And if you look at the build also, our build is success. So this is how you can create the Azure DevOps pipeline without using the .yaml file. In the previous tutorial, I have discussed how to create Azure DevOps pipeline without using .yaml file. Now let's see how to attach the Playwright report into the Azure DevOps pipeline. So here I will navigate to the Azure DevOps. So we have created this particular pipeline. So simply I will click on this pipeline and I will edit the pipeline. So we have to add a simple task called publish pipeline artifacts. So let's click on the plus icon and search for the publish pipeline artifacts. So we have to add this particular task. That's it. And then let's select that particular task. And here we have to provide the display name. So here I'll say add Playwright report. And then, so here we have to provide the file name or directory path. So in our case, so we are generating the one folder called Playwright-report. So after the test execution is completed, so Playwright will generate the one folder called Playwright-report, and simply I'm adding that file name here. And after that, so we can provide the artifact name. So this name can be anything. That's it, guys. And after that, simply you can save and queue the build. So here I will select the agent and I will save and run it. So I will open the build again. So it lists down all the tasks and it will start executing one by one all the tasks. So firstly, it will install the Node.js and then it will start installing the npm, and also it will install all the Playwright browsers. So it will take a couple of seconds to install the npm as well as the Playwright browsers. So if you look at here on the right side logs, so it started installing the browsers. And now currently we are running the Playwright tests. So this particular task, it will take around 35 to 40 seconds because it contains two automation tests. One is a UI test and another one is the API automation test. So if you look at here, so it took around 37 seconds and it has finished the execution. And if you look at the output also, so we have the two automation tests and those are getting passed here, right? And also our build is success. So you can check the artifact, whatever we have added from this particular job, or also you can go to the back to this particular job also. You can go back and refresh this particular page, and in the related column you will find the published item, that is the published pipeline artifact here. You can click on this particular one published item and here you see that. So we are able to add the playwright -report folder as a artifact into this particular pipeline. So you can download this particular report by clicking on this particular three dots, and here you need to choose the download artifacts. So you will get the file in the format of zip. Simply you need to extract it and you can open the index.html report. And also you can open the artifacts from the job also. So if you look at here, so you need to select this particular job, and on the right side, so you are seeing the one artifact. So you can click on this artifact as also. It goes to the artifact section. So there you can find the whatever the attachment you have added into the pipeline. So this is how you can add the artifacts into the Azure DevOps pipeline. In the previous tutorial, you have seen how to create Azure DevOps pipeline without using YAML file. And also we have seen how to add the Playwright report into the Azure DevOps pipeline. Now in this tutorial, we are going to see how to publish the test results. So here I will navigate to the Azure DevOps and I will select the pipeline which we have created in the previous tutorial. So here I will edit the pipeline. So we have to add one task called publish test results. So simply here I will search for the test results. So we have to add the task called publish test results. So I'll select this particular task and let's add the task here. So I will select the task once again after adding into the task list. So here we have to add the display name. So this is nothing but the display name is nothing but the task name. So you can give any name here. So I am giving the task name as publish test results. And here we are generating the Playwright test results by using the JUnit format test results. If you look at the repository of Playwright automation framework, so here I will go to the Playwright configuration file. In the line number 26, we are generating the JUnit format test results. By using this particular test results, so we are publishing those test results into the Azure DevOps pipeline. So that's the reason here I'm selecting the test result format as JUnit. And here we have to provide the .xml file name. So if you see this configuration file, and here we are generating the .xml file called e2e-junit-results.xml file. So under the test-results folder, so we are generating this particular .xml file. So we have to provide the starting name of the .xml file. So we have to provide this e2e in this test results file. That's it. So no need to do anything, and simply you can save and queue the job. So I will select the Windows 2022 and I will run the build. So it will take few seconds to start the execution of the tasks. So right now it has started executing the initialize job. Then it is checking all the preconditions firstly, and then so we have installed the Node.js. Right now we are installing all the preconditions. So firstly it will install the npm, then it will start installing the Playwright browsers. If you look at on the right side, so we are installing the Playwright browsers, and we are running the Playwright automation tests. So currently we are running the two automation tests. One is the UI test and another one is the API test. So it will take few more seconds. It will take around 40 seconds to complete the test execution. So let's wait for a few more seconds. And after that, so it is going to add the Playwright report as an artifact. And then finally, it is going to publish the test results in the format of JUnit. So right now it is running the last task here. If you look at the other tasks, all are passed, and also we are able to add the artifact, and also we are able to publish the test results also. And if you see here, our build is success. So let's go back to the job. So here you will see the one tab called tests. Simply click on that tab, and here you will be finding the test results here. So we had total test is 2. So this is the total test, and 2 are passing, 0 failed, and this is the pass percentage. So this is the run duration. That means the time it has taken to execute the all the automation test. And also, so we can put the filter here. So based on the filter, all the tests will be listed here. So we can select any test here, and it will show all the details on the right side. And if any work items are tagged for this particular test, so that will be shown here. And screenshots and trace information and video will be added here if those things are enabled in your test automation framework. So in our case, we have only enabled screenshot and trace information. So that's the reason we are able to see the screenshot and trace information in the format of zip. So if you have enabled video also, that is the recording of the test execution. So that video will be added as a attachment to this particular test. So this is how you can publish the test results in the Azure DevOps pipeline.